Now the latest ITV news from Granada Reports with Lucy Meacock and Tony Morris.
Hello and welcome to a special Granada Reports on the life of Anne Kirkbride.
Annie was a vibrant presence. When she was there, you knew she was there. She was always loving, always happy. There was never a laugh far away.
I loved Deidre, but I loved Annie best. She was a one-off. There will never be another Annie.
We hear from members of the cast and crew, plus fans of the street, on one of our best-loved soap actors.
It's not just the things like the big disasters, it's the little things like going having a crafty fag around in the back alley, or you know, getting drunk with Eileen and Liz.
Good evening. Granada Reports is live from the set of Coronation Street tonight as we pay tribute to Anne Kirkbride, the actress who played Deidre Barlow for more than 40 years. There's been a real sense of sadness here today. There's been no filming. As the cast and crew turned up for work today, they were quietly told to go home. It was felt that it would be much too difficult for work to go ahead today. We're joined tonight by Stuart Blackburn, a producer who worked with Anne. How tough has it been for everybody today?
Oh, it's been hideous, really, really horrible today. I haven't known a day like it. But, I mean, my heart goes out to David, her husband, and all her friends and family. She's so missed already. It's just so terribly sad, her waste.
It seemed to happen so quickly, a real shock.
Yeah, and I think that's what's taken everyone aback. I mean, I was only speaking to her on Friday and she seemed so happy and she was talking about, really excited about coming back to work. And then over the last 2-3 days, it's indescribable.
What was she like for you to work with?
An absolute joy. Funny, always, always funny, but so passionate about her work. You know, she was the one first on set, her lines learnt. She had a real understanding of drama and an instinct for it. She was the total professional.
It's lovely to hear you talk so fondly about her, Stuart, and I look forward to talking to you a little bit more later on in the programme. But before that, we're going to have a tribute to Anne now. The actress from Oldham, who of course never forgot her roots, even though she won fans all over the world. Our correspondent Matt O'Donoghue now looks back on her career.
I think it's about time somebody bought me another drink.
Oh, that's what I like about her. Dead subtle, you know.
A star from the moment she first sat down in the Rovers, Anne Kirkbride joined the cast of Coronation Street back in 1972.
Go on, ask me. So what do you want most in all the world?
What do you want most in all the world?
A wardrobe.
Born on the 21st of June 1954, daughter to Jack and Enid, it was her mum who got her involved with Oldham Rep and started her on the road to acting. And on the road to some of the most talked about and watched storylines in television history.
I bet you're both glad that's over.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
In 1981, over 24 million viewers watched Ken marry Deidre.
Oh.
I was wedded to Annie in a sense that I remember when she was away, even married to somebody else, and I was off doing something else, and a writer was talking about the pairs in the street, and he said, there's the Duckworths and so on, and then there's Ken and Deidre. I said, Ken and Deidre, she's off with so and so. Oh, we said, we always regard you as together. There was a sort of soulmate thing there.
Why did you put the phone down on me?
It's Ken, he knows, I've told him everything.
Get out of this house! Shut up! I'm warning you, get out of this house!
That's it, you go! Go!
But it was the Ken, Deidre and Mike love triangle that took the cast from the cobbles to the front pages.
Pack your bags and go to Baldwin. Or wherever the hell you like.
I loved Deidre, but I loved Annie best. And it's Annie I want to talk about and say how I miss her, because she was a one-off. Believe me, she was a one-off. There will never be another Annie.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Jelly shouldn't run. It should wobble.
Just on a daily basis, she just always made me roar with laughter because she was part of the gang and she was over the top and she was, you know, she was very dramatic and, but ultimately, it was always kind of with a wink and a nod. She always knew, you know, she knew she was being dramatic and whatever.
Deidre and Rashid, I sentence you a total custodial sentence of 18 months.
And it didn't get more dramatic on the street than when Deidre was wrongly jailed. Her sentence sparked a tabloid campaign.
She was lovely, fun, eccentric, and a dear friend, and I thank God.
That world out there, those tight little streets, full of people with tight little minds. It's not the universe.
It's mine, I suppose.
Today on the Coronation Street set, number one fell silent. Deidre and Blanche looked on from the sideboard.
One of Annie's catchphrases was, "I love you." She used to say it to everybody. "I love you." So we've kind of all been saying that today, but that was a thing that Annie was very fond of saying, so it seems appropriate to say, "Annie, I love you."
Well, one of the few special close friends who went to the hospital to see Anne to say a final goodbye was Bill Roach. It seemed fitting that he did. They'd shared so much together over the years, and as we heard, he said he found it hard to imagine life without her. So one of the hardest things for him today has been to walk back onto the set at Coronation Street after 40 years without her by his side.
Very tough, really, really tough. Actually, just walking in here now, it's very difficult because all of us wanted to carry on filming today. That's a natural feel for Annie's sake and all our sakes, but when it came to it, we couldn't do it. She's Annie was a vibrant present. When she was there, you knew she was there. And she was always loving, always happy. There was never a laugh far away.
There's a real sense of shock here today. It seemed to happen so quickly.
We were expecting her back in a month or so, and that's what was expected. Until suddenly last Friday, we got the call that things are much, much worse. She deteriorated, and things were really, really bad. And that was really devastating. It really shook us. It shook us to the core because she'd been laughing, talking. We were expecting her back. So when we heard that, the best thing that could be hoped for was a quick and comfortable passing, which is what she had. She actually went very peacefully, and I managed to see her yesterday. I was warned she'd lost a lot of weight, and what to expect, but actually she looked like a 16-year-old child. She looked beautiful.
After all of the years that you've known each other, how hard was that for you to go and say goodbye?
The saying goodbye is something I wanted to do because I knew what was happening, and that wasn't hard, that was beautiful. I loved that. It's the whole thought that she isn't around anymore is the hard thing. And coming in here, we've had rows, we've shouted, we've argued, we've been violent with each other, we've been cross with each other, but we've laughed. And oh boy, have we laughed. Always with Annie. Even in the midst of shouting and crying, there would be a laugh. That's what she was about, Annie. She loved life.
Can you remember the first time that you two met?
Well, she came in, and I remember meeting her, but we weren't particularly connected. That was about 44 years ago. And then eventually she was always lovable. And
she was just a teenager when she started.
She was a teenager, 18 or something, when she started. And always so good. I mean, as an actress, she was impeccable. Her comedy timing was brilliant. With drama, she could go deep into the drama. We all know she could cry. She was good at that. And I think she was probably underestimated as an actress, and to have her as a partner for the last 40 years, I couldn't have been more blessed.
Do you have some favourite moments?
Well, with Annie and myself, we used to love it when we were shouting and screaming at each other, because part of us was saying, this is good, isn't it? This is going well. And then afterwards, we'd embrace and we'd laugh, and it all will be wonderful. She was rock solid always. The emotions were beautiful. She couldn't say a line wrong. She wasn't capable of doing that.
What about the love triangle with Mike Baldwin? That, of course, is one that we all remember.
That was a big story, and that was when we had the big rows, when I sort of threw her against the door, and it got really violent. We were in tears and all that, but we just... we didn't rehearse the scenes. We learnt them, and then we came in and did them. And with Annie, you knew the emotional response would be brilliant, the words would be perfect. And so we played it. It could go up, it could go down. Each time it was different. And she was just beautiful to play with. I was truly, truly blessed to have someone like her. And not only on screen, off, she just loved everybody. She'd help everybody. She was a beautiful, beautiful person.
People say she was very down to earth, not starry at all.
Not at all. She was always cleaning. She'd always put on a rubber glove, and she'd clean the smoking area where they all smoke. She'd clean that, she'd decorate it. Very down to earth, very practical, very funny, and very lovable. She was full of love, full of love.
Some lovely memories from Bill Roach, who talked to me earlier on today. Well, Anne Kirkbride's career began in Saddleworth, near her hometown of Oldham. Our correspondent Amy Welch has been to meet some of the people who shared those early days with her.
As a little girl, she dreamed of becoming a ballet dancer. But it was acting which would see Anne Kirkbride reach the heights of stardom. And it all started in her hometown of Oldham.
I could not believe it. It was like all my Christmases had come at once. And I was a real actress. And I walked up Yorkshire Street, and the only thing I could think of to do to celebrate was buy a packet of munchies and eat them all at once.
Anne was only 17 when she landed her first professional acting part, but her talent was spotted far sooner. First by her mum Enid, and then by her teacher at the Oldham Rep Junior Theatre Goers Club.
She was just exciting, vibrant and inventive. I think she had a photographic memory. I'm not quite sure, but the nearest thing ever to. She would pick up a script, and by the end of the evening she would automatically know it. She's the only actress I've ever known who's never had a day out of work. She left me on the Saturday night, and she opened at Oldham Coliseum on the Monday. She left Oldham Coliseum on the Saturday, and she went to Coronation Street on the Monday. I think that's a world record.
This picture shows one of her earliest performances as Alice. David Rustage played alongside her.
It really did hit you straight away. She came on stage. I think the first play she did was one called Dear Octopus, which was a family type of play. And it was almost as though she'd been on the stage forever.
Tess of the D'Urbervilles.
In 2012, Anne took part in some special filming to celebrate 40 years on the cobbles.
Look at that. Had long hair there. Look how long it was.
Safe to say, she never forgot her Oldham roots. Anne grew up here in the hills above Oldham, and it's here that she stayed until she got the part in Coronation Street. Family were at the heart of everything she did, and today her brother John released this statement saying she was the sort of person who brought light and laughter to everything she did. She brought magic with her into the world. She was without doubt the most kind, generous and loving person I have ever known, and her death has left an empty space in our lives that will be very hard to fill. From the schoolgirl who ran up these hills,
I think it's about time somebody bought me another drink.
To the TV star who had a way with words, Anne Kirkbride was a one-off who touched the hearts of all she met. Amy Welch, ITV News, Oldham.
Well, Stuart Blackburn, you worked with Anne as a producer. Did you have a favourite storyline that you worked on together?
4 decades of storylines. I guess it's not one I worked on with her. It was the affair, the love triangle with Ken, Mike and Deidre. Such a kind of everyday story, but it just grew and grew. And I think when she finally chose Ken and married him, 18 million viewers tuned in. A kind of testament to how loved that character was.
We were just all on the edge of our seats, weren't we, through that? And I think more viewers watched Prince Charles and Lady Diana get married the first time they got married. It was just phenomenal, their relationship, wasn't it?
But it's the tiny little things, a stuffed marrow, a relationship with Eccles the dog, her Eileen Liz propping up the bar, putting the world to rights. She could turn the tiniest thing into something magical.
When you listen to you talk about her, you realise just how versatile she was. You know, the high drama, and then, as you say, the comedy and that great timing that so many people have mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. She had it all. She's such an instinctive actress, but intelligent as well. You know, she understood drama and character development. And she had so many great lines, wasn't it? Wasn't the latest one, "Consider me Switzerland in glasses," as she tried to make the piece wonderful.
Did she have much input? You know, would she say if she didn't like the way that you were taking Deidre down a path, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. I mean, very rarely. She's one of those actors who gets on with the job. But when she spoke, I learned very quickly you listened, because mostly she was right.
Well, that's good to know. Obviously, a lot of viewers tonight, they feel that they know her very well as Deidre, and a lot of people are terribly upset. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's the longevity, but it's just, we believe her. We believe that character. Deidre is someone that we know, it's part of our family, it's our neighbour, and she's been so part of our lives for so long. It's a great loss for everybody.
And with her being so versatile, what was she like to write for?
Oh, a joy. The writers would fight, you know, when there was a big Deidre story coming up, you knew they were the ones who wanted it, because she just brought that something extra special to every single line they wrote.
Well, it's been lovely today to hear so many people with such great memories of her, Stuart. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it, especially on such a tough day for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, pleasure.
And also, of course, we'd like to hear your memories at home. All of us have got them. If you want to share yours with us via Twitter or Facebook, you can find our details at itv.com/Granada. I'll be back with a little bit more for you later, but for now, Tony, back to you with more of the news of today. Bye-bye.
Lucy, thanks very much indeed. We'll speak to you again a bit later on. Yeah, Mary, thank you. And the death of the Coronation Street star Anne Kirkbride is, of course, our top story tonight. Lots of you have been in touch with your memories of Anne. Susan Walwork wrote on Facebook, "She is in shock. She was the same age as me. Feel like we grew up together via Corrie, R.I.P. Anne." James Malloy said, "I come from Oldham like Anne. She will be enormously missed by many generations." Well, Lucy is on the street for us. And Lucy, you've got more tributes which have been coming in throughout the day, haven't you?
Many thanks, yes, for all of these comments coming in. Lots of tributes from you. Jan Barker, for example, "For those of us over a certain age, it's like we've lost a sister, so tragically young too. She's been part of our lives for more than 40 years. Chris Thacker, "She was a wonderful actress and a great character, may she rest in peace." And Olivia Edwards echoes the same thoughts. "Corrie will never be the same again," she says. But let's give the final word to Anne's brother, John Kirkbride. He wanted to thank everyone today who's paid tribute to his sister. He said, "It's given us a lot of comfort and made us all feel very proud of her. Anne was loved by us all and a big part of all of our lives. She will be missed very much." So let's leave you tonight with some memories of Anne Kirkbride, as all of us will remember, as we know tonight, with so many of your views coming in, that so many of us have a special place in our hearts for us, right at the centre of the drama. Good night.